All right. Ldbc, this is your boy Coach Sheldon Harrison. You live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Combat Sports Show Live. Okay, folks. I want to send this message out to black YouTubers, okay, that cover fights. And I'm talking about you go to the fights and you cover, you interview. I got a lot of respect for you guys, and I'm going to tell you why I do. Whether you're Ldbc, your new media, or not even Ldbc, but you go and you interview these fighters, I have a lot of respect for you guys because a lot of you ask the questions that I really want to hear. And I won't even look at interviews unless it's from a YouTuber, or somebody that I can get with, like Ldbc or new media. Those are the only interviews that I watch of a fighter because I'm getting the questions answered that I really want to know. And I respect those guys because it's hard, man. It's hard to try to get some fighter to try to talk to you so you can, try to get like some excerpts on what he's saying. It's tough because, sometimes you can't even get the fighter to talk to you. Sometimes you got to run them down. Sometimes you got to catch them at the right moment. Sometimes the fighter, they got to hurry up and leave. It's a hard job. It's tough to do what a lot of these guys do. It's not easy. Okay, and I tell you now, and me going to MMA fights, it opened my eyes to, actually, doing interviews by phone and versus doing them live. Okay, and I've been to a couple of mixed martial arts fights. I've done some interviews live, and I'm going to tell you, though, the security is night and day. MMA, they spend the money to get adequate security there. They do it because they know that anything can pop off. And anything that I've seen go down in a mixed martial art event, security is there to remedy the situation quickly. And I'm talking about in a matter of minutes, they disperse the situation. I noticed in boxing, even when I went to a couple of fights, I've been to 3 fights. I noticed that in boxing, they don't have a lot of security. And stuff go off in boxing. Like, man, look, even I was watching on TV at one time, somebody, parachuted into the ring. A fan jumped into the ring. A fan tried to attack the fighter after the fight was over. I'm talking about came and ran at the fighter. The security is not adequate. It's not adequate, MMA, man, they secure. Y'all remember when Colby Covington called them Brazilians filthy animals? That security got him out of there fast. Okay, they ain't scratch him, they ain't touch him. Colby Covington got out of there fast, and that's just what it was. They got him out of there. But that's the thing, MMA, they invest in security. And I noticed that straight, my first MMA event that I walked into, and I looked around, security is evident, they everywhere. But in boxing, it's just not that kind of place. And I say this to a lot of you guys that you make the YouTube, commentary and you interview fighters. I say this to y'all because your lives are in danger, man. And see, you got access to the fighters, but the fighters' teams, they got access to you. Okay, and a lot of interviews, they're not in an interview place at times. These fighters' teams, they got access to you. And I'm going to tell you something, man. A lot of these people on these fighters' teams, they're watching these videos. And they're plotting. They're plotting to deal with you at these events. And some of you guys might just be innocent. You might just, like Champ side, you may just be covering events. You may just be there to cover the event and talk to the fighter. And I swear, and that thing, it kind of had me thinking, what if that guy saw Champ side and thought Champ side, was hating on Bud Crawford? What if he really thought that and didn't check his sources? Champ side probably could have gotten hurt. Bud Crawford team, they rolled deep. And them dudes, they ain't scared, they ain't afraid to attack nobody. And I've heard Fred from Barbershop Conversations say, I wouldn't cover an event in Omaha. And I think Fred probably is in the most danger out of everybody. And this is no disrespect to Fred, okay? It's no disrespect to the homie Fred. But, Fred is unfiltered. He says exactly what's on his mind. That's a good thing, and sometimes it could be a bad thing. Okay, it's a good thing, and sometimes it can be very, very bad. Because you don't know. You really, truly, honestly don't know what these people are thinking. You don't have a clue. Now, some of these people, they're mentally unstable. Okay, they get hit in the head, so that sometimes the rational thinking, it's not there inside of their brain. You don't know. But I tell you, these guys get an idea, they watch enough videos, and they know you go to fights. So what will they do? They're going to try to find you. And I'm telling y'all, And people laugh at me when I say, you know, I dreamt that this was going to happen. I dreamt that a YouTuber got jumped by a fighter's team. And I'm talking about jumped by 4 dudes. I had a dream and it was vivid. I was right there. The people, they couldn't hear me. They couldn't see me. They couldn't, you know, but I was shouting, stop, stop. You know, and I was trying to jump in. And, you know, I couldn't. You know, like whenever I was touching the people, like I couldn't grab them. My hands were going right through them. I was like an apparition, like I was having an out-of-body experience. I'm telling you, it's real. And one of these fighters' teams, man, they're going to be dumb enough, okay, to try to catch one of you guys out, okay, and see you. And that's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. And more now, you know, YouTubers and fighters' teams, they're starting to get into altercations, or they're getting into it with each other. We've seen this. But, you know, a lot of innocent people could get harmed in this. It's just what it is. I suggest, you know, you guys, y'all might need to roll deep. Y'all might literally need to roll deep. Because some of you dudes, y'all roll alone. Some of y'all you need to roll deep. Or come strapped. Have your weapon. And I know in some places, I know they do, they pat you down and they scan you before you go in. Okay, so when you go back outside, you probably can't even get access to your weapon. Like, I'm telling you, it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing, but it's going to happen. And I see it coming. You guys, take extra caution to be aware of your surroundings, man. Be aware. Don't go to these events alone. Don't go by yourself, because if you do, you're going to find yourself in harm's way. You're going to find yourself in harm's way. And I'm going to tell you, it's not going to be good, y'all. It's not going to be good, because now you got people on the fighter team. They see you. They think you know, you've been talking that junk. These guys, man, they get aggressive. They get violent. They get brutal. Remember, these people, they're violent, okay, for a living. They're violent for a living. It's what they do. It's not, you know, that they're bad people, these fighters, but they practice violence. Think about that. Let that sink in, okay? These people, they practice violence on a day-to-day basis, okay? They practice it. And it's legalized violence, okay? It's not violence that they just go do. This is legal violence. That means they can go and do what they do, and the police can't do nothing about it. They spar daily. Okay, so these people, they're exposed to violence almost every day of their life. They're exposed to it. That's all the average fighter. I'm going to tell you, when I boxed, you know, I found my tendencies, you know. I found myself to be a little more violent. If that's all you do, and if you continue to do that, well, that's what's going to happen. And fighters don't understand. A lot of them don't understand how to, you know, respectively work stuff out. They don't know how to do that. Their answer has always been their fist. You got to understand that. And you rolling with people who grew up with you in the hood, like Bud did. You rolling with people who grew up with you in the hood. These people, they've been there. They've been there with you every single time, every step of your life. They've been there. And if all you know, and if you fought every day, that's all you know is violence. How y'all think that's going to turn out, y'all? And I want y'all to be honest, and I want y'all to really think about what I'm saying. How do you guys think that's going to... I mean, you need to have a plan when you go to these fights. You need to have a plan. And I'm talking about a plan, a safety plan. Because remember, people don't like honesty. People don't like brutal honesty, and people don't like it sometimes when you forthcoming. People can't take it. It's something in this millennial generation that they just can't handle that. They can't handle the truth. And you can kind of look at how these people act. You can kind of look. You know, you remember back in the days, you could talk to a person, you can call a person on the phone. Now people want to text you a soliloquy. They want to text you a damn soliloquy when you're having issues. Okay, they want to text it to you. They don't want to talk. People just don't want to talk because people, you know, have gotten into this age where it's okay to be technological instead of logical. It's okay to be technological instead of logical. Like talking to somebody. Okay? Putting your mouth up to the phone and talking and working things out as men. People don't do that nowadays. People, they go into Twitter wars. They go into Instagram wars. They go to Facebook wars. Like, this is the stuff that go on with this millennial generation. And unfortunately, it's dangerous for a lot of you guys. Y'all better hear, because people laugh, but whenever I dream, when I have a dream and I tell y'all that something is going to happen, it happens. Okay, people can call it whatever you want to call it. You ask the last 5 people that I had a dream about, and I told them that this is going to happen, and it happened. Ask them and see what they say. They'll tell you that it happened exactly as I told it. I told my sister. I'm like, yeah, listen. You better stop reacting like this, because I saw this in a dream, and she thought it was funny. But then when it actually happened, the way I said it happened, now she got a newfound respect for when I say, listen, I dreamt this about you. Listen, I'm gonna need you to get a handle on this. It is what it is. But guys, these people, they're not gonna pull punches, okay? They're not gonna do it. And they're gonna do what they can to try to shut you down and shut you up. They're gonna do it. And boy, Crawford ain't gonna have no remorse. Because they remember, these people, they solve problems with violence. That's what they do. This is serious. For you guys that's, you got beef with a person, or you don't have beef, even if you have no beef, this is serious. Because you can find yourself getting attacked or being mistaken. Guys, the possibilities are there. Talk your junk and do what you do. But you better be aware of your surroundings, or else you might not be talking at all.